begin the DePaul portion of the post-game media session with an opening comment from Coach Pino. And after that, please direct questions to the student athletes and we'll dismiss them and then Coach Pino.
We believe in playing a very rigorous, tough non-conference schedule. And then once we're inside that original concept of a tough non-conference schedule, then we kind of look at it like local rivals and ranked opponents, local rivals, people from those football playing foot schools, leagues. Okay, so that's kind of how we structure our non-conference schedule. So Loyola, Chicago, and DePaul, two Catholic schools 5 miles apart, that a lot of people from the Chicagoland area attend both DePaul and Loyola, and so it becomes a important local rival game, and it's just I've been on both sides of this. Most of my life coaching has been at DePaul, but I have coached at Loyola with the men for 8 years, and so I know what it's like to be on both sides of this, and it's just a great rivalry. So that said, our players, they have to understand that and then be ready to play. And I thought we had some pretty quality energy tonight. Loyola played us very close a year ago, and we only won the game a year ago. We were down 6 going into the fourth quarter a year ago, and we only won that game a year ago by about a 2-minute stretch at crunch time last year. So, and this is the same players back for them. We've got much of our team back, but we've added a few players as well. So, I just thought it was important that we made a statement early. And it wasn't by far not a perfect game. We have a lot of things we still have to get better at in a lot of areas, but I just am happy that the players were ready to play. They understood the importance of the rivalry and came out ready to play basketball tonight.
Questions for the student athletes?
Can you all hear me okay? Do you want me to use that?
It's good.
Very good.
Okay. Darren, you had 11 points in the first game, and you had whatever. But anyway, can you talk about how comfortable you feel shooting the ball this early in the season?
I'm really confident going into the season. My teammates and coaching staff do a good job of passing me the ball when I'm open and putting me in situations when I'm open. And honestly, just repetition. I've been working on my shot a lot this off season, and it's starting to show a little bit more.
And I think you told me a couple of weeks ago that about maybe some of the, for lack of a better term, difficulties that you had during your freshman year. Do you think those are kind of leaving your area now in your sophomore season, this early in the season?
Yeah, I think so. It's still a lot I can improve on still, but overall I think I'm growing as a player and that all that stuff is going out the window.
Okay. And are you able to tell us all about that behind-the-back pass Lexi Held made to you there on the left end?
Lexi, she's a good passer. She just hit me, and the rest is history. I don't know. But, yeah, that was, like I said, it's a good job my teammates finding me.
Were you expecting the ball?
Yeah, but I didn't think she was going to do it behind the back.
Sonia, you told me DePaul the other day. One of the things you wanted to focus on is the overall leader. You led your team tonight with 23 points. Talk about what type of leadership role you felt you needed to take in order for this team to do it.
Even though the 23 points is nice, it's really all the other stuff like the intangibles. I still need to work on my attitude, but just keeping my attitude together, uplifting people when we making mistakes, and like making sure the team is on the same page, stuff like that.
I'll comment. Sonia's got a really great attitude. It's just not. I appreciate that she said she needs to work on her attitude, but when you know her from the inside out, we know she's a good person, and she's just a very competitive person. And sometimes, it looks like she's in a place that she's really not. So I just think she's had a great attitude all year this year.
Coach Acker told us that earlier. She told us that you and Lexi Held were kind of the two main things that she looked at when she saw DePaul. Are you able to talk about? Let me think about the question. Do you have another one?
Yeah. What was your feeling or emotions when you had your ankle breaker? What was going through your head after you experienced that play?
Focus and make the shot. Because if I didn't make the shot, nobody would really be talking about it. Well, it wouldn't count as much. So, when it happened, I was just focused on shooting the ball and making the ball go in the basket, regardless that she was on the floor. But that was my thought process, honestly.
Okay, I think I know what I'm saying now. Are you able to talk about, it doesn't seem to me like you were forcing any shots at all tonight. You took 11, 14. Are you able to talk at all about that? How a player of your caliber can go into a game and play so within the game and so smooth and so gracefully?
I think it's just really just playing in the flow of the game. Like Baby D said, like our teammates get us the ball when we open. So you just knock down shots, focus, and you don't force nothing. It's just gonna come. Like the game just comes to you. So just really playing in the flow of the game, getting confidence from myself, from my coaches, from my teammates.
I got a question for Darian. Darian, you probably have as deep a range as anybody on the team. And I was a little surprised with that half-court shot one, but I thought to myself, if anyone's going to make one of those shots, it's you.
Thank you.
I've seen you in practice,
Yeah.
taking from almost that. Talk about that half-court.
Honestly, I'm pretty, not trying to sound cocky, but very humble. I'm pretty confident with my range. Honestly, I'm not even trying to be funny right now. Like, I actually, like, catch myself shooting the ball from far range, and I don't consider that because I actually practice those shots. Not saying I practice half-court shots. I don't do that. But I practice, like, shots a few feet away from the three-point line, so it's not really nothing new to me because I've been doing it since, like, high school and stuff.
Any other questions from the media for the students?
Not for me, thank you.
Okay, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a fun, safe night in Lincoln Park.
Okay. You know I'm going.
We're in finals, you're going home. We're in finals also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you guys.
Finals are around the corner, let's just say it that way. Let me know, text me when you get home.
Okay.
Sonia had a death in the family, so she's driving home tonight. So she'll be back with us on Sunday.
Okay. Coach, you had 4 players in double figures tonight. Are you able to talk about how pleased you are as head coach going into the stretch coming up with A&M, Northwestern, Kentucky, and so on?
Well, when you say please, Jim, I think we're very much like every basketball team at this time of the year, a work in progress. So there's a lot to still get better at, and we're still feeling our way, finding our way. We're not sure. I mean, Anissa adds a great element to us. I didn't think she had quite as much energy tonight, quite as much giddy up as I've seen her have most of the time. And it's not like she played a poor game at all. And so, I mean, we're still just trying to figure everything out. I mean, that's what this time of the year is all about. And you find it out, you figure it out by playing games against good quality opponents. And that's going to help us learn who we are and what we are. We're excited about taking on a Southeastern Conference team now down in their home court, and then we're going to come right back with 2 Big Tens in a row, in Northwestern and Rutgers. We go back to the Pac-12 with Arizona, and then back to the Southeastern Conference with Vanderbilt. Then we got 2 Big East games, Butler and Xavier, and I think we'll be ready for the Big East games on the 3rd and 5th of December. But that's what we do. Then we get done with that, and we go down to Dwayne's alma mater, Kentucky. So we still have a lot on our plate, a lot of getting better to do, and it's just too early for me to feel like I know this team inside and out. I just don't. You never do. You have to learn it on the fly.
Coach, your defense caused 21 turnovers and had 11 fast breaks off of those turnovers. Talk about the importance of setting the tone defensively to help transition to your offensive game.
Because we shoot quickly, people don't think we guard anybody. And there's some possessions out there where it surely looks like we don't guard anybody. But at the same time, we do value defending and rebounding, and we think that the price you pay for shooting quickly and shooting often is you're on defense more. So because you're going to be on defense more, you got 2 choices: just let them score and just try to win a racetrack game, or try to defend them and work at defending them, even though we shoot quickly. So, it's just one of those things where we really do work on our defensive side of the ball. We try to bring different looks to our pressure. Our pressure might look the same from the outside looking in, but there's some little subtle differences that we try to apply to that pressure. And we're not even close to. I mean, there's just so much going on from a coach's perspective that we're not even there yet. So, and we still are playing 2 freshmen. It's good to get Jory Allen back, and Caitlin Ammons is finding her way too. She's going to be a pretty good inside player for us as she gets more reps and repetition. Jory Allen started for us a year ago. She's coming off the bench off of a tough injury. So we're still, we have a player in waiting that we can't wait to get on the floor, and we'll just let that, she's going to be with us, and we'll just let that play itself out with she's going to be eligible. It's just a matter of when. So that's all kind of looming out there. So we're still very much a work. I keep saying we're a work in progress, but we are. I mean, okay, go ahead, Jim.
For Kira Collier, is it just a matter of when the NCAA calls you and gives you the okay or the not okay?
You know, I really don't want to talk a lot about that. I mean, there's been a waiver filed, and the NCAA will rule on the waiver, and then, we'll just, we know they've told us she's going to be playing, so it's just a matter of when, and it's going to be relatively soon, but it's just, we're still trying to appeal and just trying to make something happen sooner, but I don't, it'll be, you'll be one of the first to know, Jim, okay?
Did you have any more questions?
Talk about, Coach, the impact of Deja. She had 18 points and 8 rebounds. Talk about the impact that she brought to the team, not just offensively, but defensively as well.
Well, if you think about Deja now, she had a really good last game against Villanova last year, and she had she's starting to put games together, and really for her, when she rebounds, when she defends, and when she gets to the rim, people just have this misconception that all Bruno can coach is people that just stand out there and make threes and shoot threes from 50 feet. We really understand that the reason the three-point line has made basketball, I think, a better game. A lot of people disagree, but it forces space. It forces people to be guarded out on the perimeter, which opens up post play. It opens up people's ability to get to the basket. So, the whole reason you want 5 people that can make threes is to open up the floor so that you can get the ball to the rim more effectively, whether it be by posting up or driving the ball to the rim. So that's really what we're trying to do here. So, when Deja gets to the rim, is when she has her best games. And then the 3 can follow versus let's start with the 3 and then we'll get to the rim. So, I just think and she's starting to understand that and become more consistent through that. Connor's behind you there, Jim.
Hey, Coach, I know you talked about in your opening statement that it's a rivalry game, and obviously you want to win every game no matter what, but can you just kind of touch on how much better it feels when it's a win over a rival versus just a regular non-conference game?
Well, again, having been at Loyola as a men's associate head coach from 80 to 88, and we had a Sweet 16 team. The last time Loyola went to the NCAA tournament before the 17 run to the Final Four, tomorrow I'm going to be there. They're going to hang our banner tomorrow. They never hung an 85 banner for the Sweet 16. So that's at 1 o'clock tomorrow. I'm going to be at Loyola. I was called by their administration to come and be part of that. So our guys are all going to be there tomorrow. So we'll be part of that tomorrow. I live 500 steps from Loyola's gym door. And we moved. Why do I live there? Because I moved there to a 2-flat, and because I worked there, and so I know Loyola very, very well, and I've been on the other side when our men have beaten their men, and in front of 17,000 out at Rosemont. So Loyola really had it rocking back then, and we had it rocking in 84, 85. And in 85 we played every Loyola game in Alumni Hall. We had run Alumni Hall, so we played all season. We went to a Sweet 16, and everybody says that the record back in old Alumni Hall was held by Howie Carroll with 43. Alfred Recuse had 47 in there. Okay, but of course that was Loyola, so it wasn't DePaul. So I understand this rivalry really, really well. So it's a big time rivalry, and it's a rivalry from both ends. And I don't want to get into. I'm a women's basketball coach. But my entire life of living in Chicago, and when I'm in 6th and 7th, 5th and 6th grade, my dad takes me up to Alumni Hall to see Howie Carroll and Billy Haig play for the DePaul Blue Demons, and they go to they're rocking and rolling. And then in '63, this team from Loyola, wins the whole national championship, and you're a little kid listening to it on the radio. And then you grow up, and all of a sudden you're thrust into the middle of it, so you really get it, you understand it, and I sometimes walk to work from Loyola to DePaul, straight down Broadway becomes Sheffield. It's the same street. Basically, if I was in Lincoln Park, I'd be living on Racine. So it's the same. It's just a big rivalry. But I started to say it's not my business to start trying to be a men's basketball. But I think we all should play every year. Everybody should. I think, Philadelphia's got the right idea. It's a long historied Big Five that they have to play each other. They can't not play each other. I mean, and you can't rule that here in Chicago. And, when everybody's, people sometimes are on top and they don't want to play the team they perceive to be down. Well, we know we've got four, and I don't want to dismiss Chicago State here, but I mean, DePaul, Northwestern, Loyola, University of Illinois, Chicago, we got four quality teams right here in Chicago, and it's just great. I mean, I sat here a year ago and watched our men play Northwestern right here, and it was, the place was jumping, and it's just rivalry games are great. I mean, and as I explained to the team before the game, look, we're going to go on a national stage on Monday, but you don't take it national till you first take care of business local, and that's just just how I believe and what I believe about it.